Yeah, I got a day off today, so I've just been chilling out, got a few nice records, and I've got a mate coming round tonight. And he's a crazy boy, because basically I've only known him 4 years. He's an Elvis impersonator. He looks like him, he sounds just like him, and he's the best Elvis impersonator you've ever met in your life. And he's got a gig in London, and I said come round for some food, so he thinks he's just coming round for a bit of dinner. Hello, big fella.
Hello, Jamie.
How are you, mate?
All right.
Chuck steak, mate. I'm going to mince it when I get home. I'm going to make like a really good burger out of it.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
yeah,
right.
really good burger.
Oh, that's best thing, Chuck, for that.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of fat in it, you know.
It's good value, isn't it? The chuck?
Very
Just
good,
about
yeah.
an inch, mate. But I'm Hello, darling.
Hello, how are you?
Guten Morgen.
Guten Tag.
How are you? You all right?
All right.
I'm just after a few little top-up bits and pieces. I run out of coriander seeds, and I'm making a really nice burger mix.
Okay.
I've got Elvis coming around tonight.
No.
One of my friends is like a lookalike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you
He's
sing
really
like
good.
him as well?
Yeah, and all the girls fancy him as well.
Oh, my God.
Coriander seeds, gorgeous.
What are you going to do with them?
I'm just going to bash them up, get them into a nice burger mix. Might just toast them up just to bring them back to life a little bit. And a tiny hint of cumin as well is quite nice.
Well, coriander and cumin work very well together because this also gives a bit of an orange flavour, so a light fruity flavour.
Lovely.
When you toast them, they're nutty.
Yeah.
And then the cumin balance it off because they're slightly bitter, you know.
Yeah,
you have
a little
sort of
savoury,
that,
yeah.
Yeah, savoury, almost a sage kind of bitterness behind
Okay.
it, yeah? Here we go.
God bless
Thank
you, darling.
Do you need a receipt?
No, that's all good, darling. You take care, all right?
You too, thanks a lot. You
Much
give
love.
Elvis my love, you know?
Oh, don't
I
you wa-
once died for him almost, you know? See ya.
Right, today's show is a tribute to the man himself, Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, and as my mate the impersonator is coming around as well, what I thought I was going to do is take fast food right back to its roots, right? And we're going to do some good, wholesome, really well-made junk food, yeah? So I'm going to make an Elvis extravaganza, right? So first of all, I'm going to do these chips, which I had in Italy once, and I've chipped some potatoes, left the skin on, and all I'm going to do is I've parboiled them for about 7 minutes, and I just drain them, right? And I've got the oven at about 230 or sort of like 400 degrees, and I've preheated a tray in there. So while these chips are just sort of draining off, I'm going to get my hot tray out, and I'm going to put some good olive oil in this pan here just to sort of dress the chips like a dressing. Now, the thing is, like when you deep fry chips, you do it in sort of like sunflower oil, there's loads of it. I guess you could say it's kind of not very good for you and stuff like that. In Italy, I was in this really nice rustic restaurant. We were having all these chickens and steaks grilled with herbs and stuff. And out came these chips. I'm like, God, what's that? They're fantastic. What, fried chips? And they went, no. Basically, they get loads of olive oil and they get sort of whole rosemary cloves and just put that in the oil. And they put the chips in with it and they literally just toss them up like that in olive oil. And they do really wonderful, posh chips. Check this out. Now, just give them a shake, like that. We'll have a little bit of pepper, and bosh them in the oven. I reckon for about sort of like 15, 20 minutes, just until they're really nice and crisp and golden, as if they've been in the kind of chip fryer, right? So we've got the posh chips in there. Now, we've got the steak. I've got a chuck of beef here, which the chuck's one of the cheapest cuts, and really tasty. I mean, the reason I've bought a bit of meat instead of getting mince is there's something about buying mince meat that's a little mysterious. You go along to a shop, you buy this kind of mince stuff, and you don't actually know what's in it. It could be loads of fatty stuff. It could be all the horrible cuts. It could be a mixture of pork and chicken and all whatever they're trying to clear out from the day before. So whenever I do mincemeat, I've got my Magimix, right? You could use any food processor or a mincer at home or a hand mincer if you want. And I've just got this lovely bit of chuck steak, perfect for doing burgers. I'm just going to slice it up just to make life a bit easier for our machine. and I'm going to mince it myself. And the better thing about that is you get like some really smooth bits and some really big bits as well. So I'm just going to put that in here and give it a good old pulse. And I think, you know, when you're doing burgers like this, it just tastes so much better, and it takes seconds, so it's well worth doing it. Let's not pretend that, you know, burgers and chips aren't one of the best things in the world, because they are. So, lovely. So I'm going to get that in here. So we've got our mincemeat. Basically, this could go any direction. It could be turned into little lamb kofta kebabs with like spices and stuff. We're going to do a burger. And there's a few little things that I think you've got to have in a burger just to make it really good. I've got about 1 onion, which has been slowly fried in olive oil for about 10 minutes without any colour. And that's going to give you a really nice oniony sweetness, yeah, which is good. So that's pretty normal for a burger. Now what I want to do is just like put in a few spices that are really going to make it kind of one of the best burgers you're ever going to have. So one of my little tricks is to put about half a teaspoon of cumin. Now cumin is obviously a kind of Indian spice, which is kind of like, you know, it's almost curry-like. But if you just do half a teaspoon, it gives like the burger a real meaty sort of savouriness that I love. And then I've got coriander seeds here. You can use about a tablespoon of these. And obviously they're the seeds of a coriander plant. They're really sort of nice and savoury, and I think it makes the meat even more fantastic. So I want a good pinch of salt, and I want some pepper, just a teaspoon of pepper. I'm just going to literally mash this up. And it's nice to do your spices quite, you know, just do them fresh. And you can smell it actually. When they're kind of nice and fine, literally, you're going to get all of these in there, like that. And I've got a few secret ingredients which I think are kind of important. Now, first of all, the first one, which isn't very sort of traditional in a burger, is I want just a little handful of Parmesan. And I just happened to be mucking around when I was doing staff dinner a few weeks ago, doing a burger. And a little handful of Parmesan is actually really good. It's got really good kind of melting qualities, so it kind of helps the burger sort of hold together. I reckon it's a pretty good new ingredient to a burger. And then I've got mustard, very important, right? You want a nice heap spoon of mustard, again, to help it bind, but also to give it a nice little kick. Yeah, so we'll have that. And then I want 1 egg, that I'm just going to crack in there. And I've got some breadcrumbs, right? You just want about a handful of breadcrumbs, and then maybe you add a little bit more just to make sure it's not nice sort of doughy sort of consistency, yeah? So literally just mix it up. I remember my mum used to do burgers on a Saturday night, right, with all the kind of salad and the bits and pieces in the middle, and just come up with a big plate of burger. And it was wicked. I love it. I love it. And it was so much cooler than getting a takeaway or something like that. So, right, we've got the dough there. Let's have a little feel. Right, it's still a little sticky, so I'm going to put some more breadcrumbs in. There we go. But the best thing to do is kind of make the burgers, shape them up, and put them in the fridge for about an hour. But it just kind of helps them sort of hold together. Right, so that's pretty good now. That looks pretty much decent. So I need to get some grease proof. I'm pretty excited about today because I think I haven't told my mate that I'm doing a kind of Elvis night yet, or Elvis dinner. So I think he'll be pretty chuffed because he likes the man himself, as he spends his whole life impersonating him. So what you want to do is just make them up into little patties like that, right? And what I do, just to make life a bit easier, is put some breadcrumbs on the bottom of the grease proof. And then I get these lovely little burgers, and I just put them on there that way. That way they're not going to stick. You know, you can make this up, and you can make it the next day or something like that. What you don't want to do is put raw onion in, because then that doesn't taste too cool. So, there's the second one. So I'm going to pop these in the fridge. Just put them on a plate. And just let them sit for a little bit. So I'm just going to let those sit in the fridge just so they sort of firm up and hold their shape. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab some rosemary from over here, and I want about 3 sticks, and literally all I'm going to do is take all the lovely leaves off, and I'm going to make a rosemary salt, which basically you could put over a pork chop, you could put over chicken, but you know, why not just put it over the best chips? Yeah? And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bit of lemon and I'm just going to zest some lemon into here. And that lemon in the salt really comes out as well, because you normally squeeze some lemon on your chips as well sometimes. And let's have some salt and just bash it up. And what you're going to make is a fantastic, really intense flavoured salt, which just sprinkle over the chips. It's going to be really, really good. And really different. No one does this. So it's kind of nice, I suppose, if you're doing a dinner party or you're getting your mates come around, little tweaks like this are going to make it like extra cool. So just bash it up. You kind of want to take the rosemary just to sort of like a green paste, really. And you can add some more salt. Put some in the box here. Because like the lemon's a little wet, so you want to add a little salt just to sort of dry it out. And you end up with this intense green salt, which is pretty cool to look at. Then all you do is I'll get a bowl and a sieve, and literally I just pour it out into here. It's brilliant. And just sieve it. And this stuff keeps for like months. You can just keep it in a little jar. Next time you do a lamb chop, pork chop, chicken breast, you know, you want to season a nice soup or something like that, you know, use the rosemary salt and it'll be fantastic. So I'm just going to put that to one side. Now, so we've got the salt, we've got the chips. Let's check the chips. Lovely. Yeah, they're getting nice and crispy. So what I'm going to do is I've got my pan on, nearly, and I'm going to make a really complicated American-style salad, which I reckon is pretty fantastic with a burger. It's pretty complicated because what you have to do is you need to get yourself some nice crunchy lettuce that I've given a wash, right? So I've got some nice cos there. And then I've got a red onion, which I'm basically going to take the end off. Aye. Sorry, the doorbell's gone. All right, Elvis.
Hello, mate.
Come in, big fella.
Okay.
Superb. I can't wait for him to see this old food. He's going to love it. So, what I'm going to... Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
Are you well?
Yeah,
Is this your outfit for tonight?
Yeah.
Do you want me to hang it up? So,
Please.
it's quite heavy, isn't it? How's it going?
Good.
Are you busy?
Very. Yeah, as always.
So what's new then, mate?
Well, I'm doing the gig tonight. I don't know if you're coming.
Whereabouts are you playing?
In London.
Yeah? Listen, mate, I've done a special thing for you today. I've done, like, Elvis food. I've done, like,
nice
the
one.
proper full Monty burgers. I've got some, like, the best chips in the oven. And I'm doing, like, a real American delicacy at the moment, which is called a chopped salad, which is a kind of, like, a really hard American salad, which is perfect with a burger, right, and the chips and stuff. And I've got half a red onion. I've got some, like, cos lettuce, which is nice and washed. I've got some tomatoes. And it's really hard, John. I think you'd probably...
I struggle with this
I
myself.
think you'd struggle, actually, mate, because basically what it involves is you chopping it up.
Right.
That's why it's called a chopped salad, you see. And, yeah, that's what you do, basically. You chop it all up, and that's your salad. So how's things, mate? Has Elvis been good to you lately?
Yeah, very good. Just doing the same old thing, Jamie, you know.
Yeah? We're about due for another gig soon, aren't we?
Hey, yeah.
How many times have you done gigs for me? 4, 5?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got any new suits? That's a new one, isn't it?
That's a new one, yeah. That's called the Burning Love suit.
The Burning Love. Mm. What song did he do in that then?
Burning Love.
Oh, right. Oh, dear. He's got a lot of songs. I've got to do a bit of homework, I think. So, look, I'm just chopping this tomato up, right? Because it's a chopped salad.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about the lettuce. That might be a bit hard for me, that one. So, here we go. But this is like the best salad to have with a burger. And even though I'm sort of having a laugh with it, it is really, really good. Did you just, like, go to the bathroom one morning and look in it and sort of go, I look like Elvis? Now, what inspired you to sort of...
I was in a band. Well, we were in a band and we did all that old rock and roll stuff and 3 Steps to Heaven and Teenager in Love and, you know, all the old classics. And people used to say, well, Elvis never sang that. And I said, well, I'm not... you know, they thought I was being Elvis but singing the wrong songs. Yeah, so I thought, well, we'll do it the other way.
Who's that, the audience?
Yeah.
Ah. Right, so once you've done that, I did forget cucumber. Just going to chop that up. What do you like on dressings, John?
I like them quite simple and quite plain.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, like the American... Have you ever tried an American sort of French dressing? If it is such
An
a
American French dressing?
Yeah, that,
No.
I think that's kind of... Yeah, that's
it?
right,
Is
yeah.
it right?
Because when you go to the diners, they normally say, do you want like blue cheese, Thousand Island or creamy French?
Ah,
and,
right.
And personally, I'm a creamy French
I
guy.
would be creamy French
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So, I'm going to do a creamy French,
Yeah.
And basically, I'm going to make a little well in the centre of our very interesting salad here. And I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of oil in there. I'm going to get half a lemon and sort of really squeeze that in. And I like to put just a little bit of white wine vinegar in here as well, just to give it that little twang. Right? Pinch of salt and pepper. Mate, you're going to love what I've done for you. Actually, I better start cooking these burgers. And literally, I'll just mix it all up and just dress it like that. And there you go, that is your American chopped salad.
That smells fantastic.
I'll tell you what, I know I've been having a laugh with it, but chopped salad is fantastic. With a steak, jacket potato, chips, burgers, it's fantastic. So I'm just going to bosh that into a little bowl. Now, let's turn this on. I've made you some homemade burgers, big fella.
Oh, nice one.
Here we go. I'm literally just going to put a bit of olive oil in there. I think the nice thing, I'll tell you what they've stopped doing these days, which is really annoying, is like, you know, since EEC regulations and stuff like that, they've stopped, when you go to restaurants, they've stopped saying, how would you like your burger done? Have you ever been to a burger joint when they say, do you want a medium with the medium well? Well, they've stopped saying that, and I think they've stopped saying that because they can't be responsible for what's in the burger. Because you've got like ears and sort of all these horrible bits and pieces that no one really
You haven't
likes.
used them today, though?
I've used really nice meat today.
Yeah.
So today I can say, how do you want your burger cooked?
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I'd have it medium, please.
Yeah? No, I don't blame you, mate. Good on you. So I'll do a medium, and I'm going to serve this up. So how many people will you be playing in front of today?
A couple of hundred, I think.
Yeah? And are the London crowds sort of quite more reserved than the...
No, they're good. It's good. They're up for joining in and having a bit of fun.
I've got to say, you are the most realistic Elvis impersonator I've ever seen. Not only do you look like him, but you move like him as well when you give it all that, and your voice is like really good. But do you ever get like...
You're not a bad chef, Jamie.
I try, mate. I try. My burgers are all right. Now, I'm just going to turn these over.
Okay.
So, do you know much about what Elvis? Because a couple of months ago, I bought a book, which is basically the Elvis book of the things that he ate.
All right.
Do you know much about what he used to eat?
Well, somebody told me he ate twice as many calories in a day as an Asian elephant. I don't know if...
An Asian elephant?
You're supposed to have had 94,000 calories a day.
Really? That's huge.
I know.
What's a human supposed to have?
I have no idea, but I know an elephant has 50,000.
That's a lot. Dear, oh dear, that's a lot. I mean, like, he never used to be that big, though, did he? It was only towards the end of his career.
The last couple of years, that's all. I mean, when he was my age, he was slimmer than I am now.
Yeah.
You know.
Because he was quite a strapping lad, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, check these chips out. I've done these chips with olive oil and garlic
All right.
in the oven. Look at those.
Nice one.
So I'll put those in for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Right, so I'm just going to slice these buns, big fella.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's ever... I mean, it must have struck you a few times, but, like, there's some... You look like the man himself, I think. But, like, there's some really bad Elvis impersonators. I mean, they look like nothing like him, but they just got sideburns in the hair.
And the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one down Chinatown that is just... looks like a complete nightmare. Have you seen him?
Yeah, but you know, he is dead serious.
What, you mean he'd get in an argument over it?
No, he just takes himself very, very seriously.
The professional Elvis.
Yeah. So this is the way you toast your buns, then?
Yeah, just because they won't fit in my toaster, so I just put a rack over it, turn it on low heat, and it should be good, mate.
Yeah.
But I reckon the man himself would be quite into this. I reckon what we would have eaten between us would probably be half a portion for him in his later days.
Sure.
But check this out, right?
Okay.
So we got the burgers are nearly done. I'm going to serve up the chips.
He'd have this for breakfast, you know.
What, burgers?
This would be his breakfast, yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. He'd get up at something like 5 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
And he'd have.
Why did he get up so
burgers
late?
and
Because he was doing
bacon
gigs
and
and stuff.
He stayed up at night and went to bed in the day.
Right, so we got the chips on there, mate. Right, let's get these buns.
Those chips look a bit different than
Yeah,
the ones you've done before.
Yeah, they're basically, I just cut them up chunky, parboiled them because I haven't got a deep fat fryer, and then I've got this rosemary. You taste a bit of that. I don't know what Elvis would have thought of that.
See.
But basically, it's rosemary and lemon salt.
Wow, it's like, yeah, salty lemon.
But that on the chips, mate, is just like wicked, really, really good. And then I've got the burgers here. Serve on here, look at that.
Did
Nice
you invent,
burger.
is this your invention, that the rosemary
What?
and lemon
Yeah,
salt?
yeah. Just sort of thought it was a nice... I think it's... I mean, the whole thing about trashy food or sort of junk food, it wouldn't be... I mean, I'm not going to get too pure and miss out, like, the #1 ingredient and have a nice bit of ketchup. But, nice bit of ketchup on there. And that's it, really, mate. I'm going to put a nice bit of the chopped salad on here. What do you reckon,
Oh, that looks
John?
fantastic.
Do you reckon the man himself would have liked this?
Oh, yeah.
Shall we, do you want to grab a couple of beers out the fridge, brother, and we'll have a
Okay.
look, and we'll tuck in? Do you know what a wally is? Do you
Go
know
on.
Do you know what a wally is? One
Go
of
on.
these, one of these gherkins.
Is it?
Dill peppers, yeah. We call them wallies in Essex. When you go to the fish and
Right.
chip shop, you ask for a wally. You've never heard of that before?
No, I've heard Wally's for a few other things, but not for a gherkin.
No, mate. Well, there you go. What do you reckon?
Looks fantastic.
There you go. Bit of ketchup on the side. Nice one, mate.
Excellent.
Here we go. Cheers, bro. Lovely to see you, mate.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks a
great
lot.
gig, won't you?
Yeah, cheers, that was fantastic.
All the best.
See you soon.
See you, mate. Elvis has now left the building.